My name is Lane Dolvin. I am the Associate Director of Marketing for the Atlanta Council of International Relations. I am from the Marietta region of Georgia. My background has always been interested in politics, international affairs. I was a double major at the University of Georgia in both political science and international affairs, and it was amazing. After college, I helped out with the Kemp campaign, and it kind of disillusioned me with politics as an entirety. And so I kind of pivoted, and then me and a buddy of mine, we did a tech startup and Tesla battery diagnostics, and really just to get into recyclability of all that and help people understand that their batteries are not necessarily exactly what their EV companies are telling them to do. I also I help volunteer at the Carter Center, be a full-time volunteer there, so just try to stay busy where I can. You know, I was always interested in political science. Is probably my first real interest was politics. And then I was head of Model UN at my high school, did a Model UN in college, volunteered at some clubs, you know, and always was interested. Atlanta is really interesting because it's an international city. You know, we're getting Club World Cup games, we're getting World Cup games, we had the Olympics, but for whatever reason, it still doesn't feel like an international city. And I really want to help change that because I want to stay in this city. And I think that our potential to grow internationally is, and our standing could be impeccable. You know, where the world really is our oyster here. We have every advantage. We have Savannah's port, we're on the coast, we have the airport, we have the infrastructure. And, you know, one of the most wonderful things that I've learned about this international journey with ACIR is that there are so many different populations of different ethnicities and different nationalities that live in the Atlanta area. And my eyes have been completely open to that, and just how many consul general offices are here, how many ambassadors visit the state and the city. It just, we can do more. We can have more of a voice. So I was looking around for, you know, I volunteered at the Carter Center, and I was looking for other places to help out, and I wanted to do more of an international thing because, you know, even though the Carter Center is a president's foundation, it's very apolitical. It's more of a nonprofit. And I wanted to do that more so with an international field as well. So I went to look around online, and I just saw you guys were having an event, and I reached out. And I will say that one thing ACR does really well is they respond to people that are interested. So once I was like, hey, this seems really interested, I'd love to come out. Very quick response. They welcome me in, and I just have stayed with them, doing whatever they need. And I love the events. I love meeting the people. I mean, as I said earlier, where else are you going to be able to stand in the same room and as an ambassador or as a consul general and just be like, what do you think about the geopolitical questions of this, consequences of this? And it be, you know, they'll give you an honest answer because, you know, you're off the record, you're just talking to them. And it's a really, really educational, inspiring, you know, you can't find anywhere else in the Southeast. My first memorable event would probably be, we had the Moldovan ambassador came to visit and gave a talk to us. And I did not know that much about Moldova. I knew where it was. I knew the flag just from playing flag games and whatnot, but couldn't tell you anything about it. And it was just very interesting to hear about how certain countries like Russia threaten their existence and how they're very small and they do rely on international actors, and that while we're sitting there drinking their generous gift of Moldovan wine, their country is in a fight for their own independence and their own survival. And it was just, that was the first one where it really went from being, oh, this is very educational, we're learning, we're having a good time, to like, oh wow, they're passing out pamphlets to go build homes in Moldova and go help out with educational, and like there was an English drive to help educate the population in case of immigration needs or various technical needs. And it was honestly eye-opening, and it really inspired me to continue. Favorite is definitely when we had an event with the Brazilian consul general, and he cracked me up because he was begging us to help him lobby to add air routes between Brazil and Atlanta, because there's such a growing Brazilian population in the city of Atlanta, in the metropolitan area. And I remember talking to him about how frustrating it was, and it felt like I was having a personal conversation with a friend, rather just like, making fun of Delta, which we love you, Delta, but it was really quite, I was like, wow, this doesn't feel like I'm in a stuffy room. I feel like I'm just having a talk. And that was really, really cool. I think that most importantly, they should join for themselves. If they have an itch that they're like, I want to know more, I want to find like-minded people, I want to know where I can get involved, I think the ACIR is a fantastic jumping off point. We're very non-committal. Our yearly dues are not that expensive. And we don't really, you'll get a couple of emails, but you're not harassed for more money. All we do is like, here's an event. If it interests you, please come. And if you sign up and you're on board, just go to one event. It'll be like nothing you've honestly ever been to, especially in the Atlanta area. If you're local, you'll be really intimidated, but you'll also talk to some really, really interesting people. You'll walk to a room full of people in suits, all having, if you go to a luncheon, they'll be having their teas and their waters, getting ready for lunch, and it's just a bunch of people talking. And it'll be a little intimidating because we have some longtime members that they all know each other, they all interact, but I will say they're the most welcoming group of people. You can sit down and you get in a conversation with someone and find out that they're married to an ambassador and you have no idea. And one of the cooler things is you'll see people help people. Like one of our interns struck up a fantastic relationship with the German ambassador and ended up working really, intimately and helping each other out and forming a great connection. And I've seen that happen with both interns and people who are just members of the organization. You get to go to more events, you get to learn more cultures, more people. It really is an educational experience in every sense of the word. I would have to probably either say Pompeii, or me and my family, we stopped on a little highway in Greece while we were driving by the GNC, and there was just a Greek amphitheater left there in the hillside. And it made me a little emotional because for us, if that were in the United States, if we had a 2,000-year-old amphitheater, it would be protected under lock and key and you wouldn't be able to get close to it. But that's just a part of the history. And it gave me an appreciation for how old the world is as an American. Because I think, the saying that the rest of the world doesn't really understand how big the United States is, and the United States doesn't have a clue to how old the rest of the world is. I think that statement is very true, and I got a feeling of how old the world was. So it was very, very enlightening.